Hello, it is almost 1:30 on Friday, and I, uh, I'm making this really late. I've had kind of a lazy day, somewhat productive, but all of it's been on the couch, and I couldn't even get myself together to just move a table in front of the couch so that I could make a video. But uh, so I went for my last jog this morning before Sunday's run, and I did 4 miles. That's the good news. The almost good news is I only had to stop and walk for a brief bit twice, like maybe 2 3-minute breaks of walking. But the worst news is that the entire thing, 4 miles, took me a little over an hour. I think it was an hour and 2 minutes and 15 seconds, which is beyond pathetic. But then there's good news again, because then I came home and I plugged the My Coach thing into my computer, and I looked at it, and it's the only time I was in the red was when I was going uphill. Um, I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the same half-mile route 4 times, and one way is uphill, one way is downhill. So I was very easily able to see when my heart was going into the red zone, and it was really only like the last part of each uphill. So I had a lot of fear when I started this 6 weeks ago that I was just going to give myself a heart attack if I pushed myself too far, because basically doing anything was putting my heart into the red zone at that point. So I think that I can push myself more on Sunday without being afraid of having a complete, total heart attack at the finish line. So I'm hoping that instead of like 15-minute miles, I can maybe do like 13 for the race, for the run. Gotta stop calling it a race, because I sure as hell won't be racing. So I think like 13 minutes, anything under that would be totally respectable for me. If I can do 13 minutes, that's fine. If I could finish this whole thing in 50 minutes or under, I would be thrilled. So, and I think also because I do a route that has a lot of hills, I think it just tires me out a lot more. I have no idea what the route's like in Central Park, so hopefully it's flatter. Then my legs just won't feel so heavy. But there was this one point where I was going uphill, and it was towards the top of the hill, so I was really tired, and my legs were just barely moving. It was barely jogging, and there was a woman just a little bit ahead of me. She was just walking pretty casually, smoking a cigarette, and at the top of the hill, I just couldn't catch her. Like, I couldn't make myself catch up to her. But I think that was on my fourth mile, so not totally embarrassing. But anyway, so last night I had a weird night. The last night was Mom's night out, and it was a good time. I had a much better time once my singing was done, because I was nervous and I kind of pissed myself off. I have no problem singing in front of huge crowds of people I don't know, but a small room of people that I know, I got way too nervous. And I was doing it a cappella, and what always happens when I'm singing something a cappella and I'm nervous, I go sharp. So I ended the song way higher than I should have, and it was too high, and it was not good. I did it way better in rehearsal, but oh well, what can you do? There's got to be something I can do about that. Hypnotism? Take a drink first? I don't know. Maybe it's time to try that. Maybe it's time to try, like, taking a shot of something before I sing. Maybe that'll help my nerves. I get so nervous, and it shows. I can't hide it. Anyway, so that was a great time. It was a great party. But on the way there, I was wearing a dress. The dress wasn't even really low cut, but it just showed a little bit of cleavage, not much. There was a guy sitting on the subway next to me, and he was on my right, and he picks up his phone. He was trying to take a picture of my cleavage, and like, he was so obvious. He wasn't here. All right, we're gonna do a little demonstration. This is what he was doing. He had his phone to his ear, and I'm sitting right next to him, and he's like this. He's like it was so obvious that he was trying to take a picture. So as soon as I noticed what he was doing, I had a paper on my lap. I had some pieces of paper on my lap. So like I picked them up, and I was like I looked right at him, and I was like, just totally covered the camera. And then he put his phone right down and, you know, started doing stuff on it, pretending that he hadn't been trying to take a picture of my chest. It was so pathetic. And then on the way back to the subway after the party, I'm walking by this guy, and he just totally started. It was disgusting. He's like, "Oh, pretty mama with the big legs, can I lick your legs? Oh, please let me lick your legs." That is definitely the worst. Not the worst, but the weirdest one I've ever heard. Can I lick your legs? So yeah, not. It's difficult to make yourself attractive and then complain when people give you the wrong kind of attention, but disgusting. Anyway, yeah, so if any of you see my cleavage on the web, then I didn't get the papers in front of his camera in time. Nice. So, all right, tonight is the kids' school silent auction, which I don't think I've mentioned up to this point because I'm not running it this year, so I'm not completely going crazy, and I did sleep last night and won't have a nervous breakdown or any of the other things that accompanied the last 2 years when I ran it. And also, it'll be a lot better because the person who's running it this year knows what she's doing, as opposed to me, who is terrible at that kind of thing, who just kind of ended up running it by default. So that'll be fun. I'm working at it, but I'm just processing credit cards, doing something very easy. So I'll actually have a good time this year for the first year ever. That'll be nice. And I don't think anybody I know from the school saw me yesterday, so maybe I'll just wear the same dress I wore last night. I know I look good in it because, you know, attracted the attention of some of the most disgusting men in New York City. So, all right. Have a great day.